Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Albert and this is the Mark IV BMW X5, and this one, it's the black version, M Performance one, and as you can see it looks amazing. And today, well, we're gonna find out if this one is as good as the first one was, because the BMW X5 put the sport in the SUV. Stay tuned. The first BMW X5 went into production in 1999 as the E53 model, and it was a huge success for BMW. The X5 had all-wheel drive and was available with either a manual or automatic gearbox. The fourth generation of the BMW X5, it's called the G05, and it replaced the old F15 back in November 2018. The BMW X5 comes with a four-wheel drive system, which is called the X-Drive, and an automatic gearbox. But there's one exception that was created only for the American market, which is called the BMW X5S and has just rear-wheel drive. Talking about the front end of this car, which as you can see, it looks truly amazing. I like the fact that it's blacked out and this M Performance package looks amazing. This big bumper right here, and of course these big grills, they're imposing and they demand respect. Also, this front splitter here, which comes only on M Performance packages, looks really nice. This car is looking so sporty, and it actually reminds us why the X5 was the first SUV in the world, because apparently before the X5, before the first generation of the X5, well, the SUV world wasn't as great as it is today. And by the way, this car has a 360 camera degrees, which actually is really helpful parking this huge ship over here. And also it has a Distronic Plus cruise control, which has the radar right here in the front bumper. These parking sensors over here are very well hidden in the front bumper. And everything about this car looks really beautiful. These laser headlights, well, I know that they're the edge of the technology and things like that, but they do look amazing, and in the nighttime, well, they are truly helpful. The beating heart of this car is this 3-liter diesel twin-turbo xLine, which develops 265 horsepower and 620 Newton meters, which sends this car from 0 to 60 in just 6.2 seconds. Also, thanks to this 8-speed automatic gearbox, this car managed to do somewhere between 41 and 47 miles per gallon, which are impressive numbers considering that this car weighs over 2 tons. From this side, the BMW looks great. I like that it has 22-inch wheels. The brake calipers are insane in this blue color. These air vents look really beautiful, and also the M Performance package is actually quite a big deal, because this car has some nice splitters also in the front end, in the back end, and this beautiful side skirt over here, which actually looks pretty nice. Talking about the rear end of the X5, as you can see, this car has here the X-Drive badge and it looks nice. Also, this one has the M Performance package and it has this beautiful roof spoiler right over here, this beautiful big diffuser, and of course the quad exhaust. But actually this isn't a quad exhaust, it's a fake quad exhaust. This car has just a twin exhaust, and it has a cover that actually transforms this twin exhaust into a quad exhaust, which it's actually pretty nice. But considering that they could have done this actually from the factory, and well, it's an overkill for this car, but it's something that I like. So, inside the X5, well, as you can see, the interior of this car looks pretty nice. Everything is top quality, every material it's probably top of its line. I like this trim over here, which actually feels amazing. The technology on this car, it's top of the edge. I mean, we have touch screens, we have motion sensors, we have LEDs all over this car. We have these two big screens here, which, by the way, this one is a touch screen, and everything about it feels very well made. And of course, it should be very well made, because this car, the sticker price for this car was £69,000, which is quite impressive, considering that for £69,000, well, you can actually do a lot of things with that money. But nevertheless, you can also spend it on a car, which is not a bad idea, considering that this car has basically everything you need, including sunroof, heated seats, motion sensors, and of course the technology today, which has improved massively, gives this car almost every option that you can actually put on. The interior of this car is very beautiful. You can actually see that the materials used are top quality. I do like everything in this car because everything is well put together. We have here this beautiful ambient lighting and dome lights, which they look quite good, as also as they are functional. Of course, we have the controls for the sunroof, and this car has a very interesting sunroof. At night, the sunroof has ambient lighting surrounding it altogether, which looks really amazing. The old analog gauge cluster was replaced by this screen. It's quite good looking. I like that we have the map here and we can have a lot of information about the car. But you cannot customize it as the other car manufacturers can with their screens. In this one you have the Eco Pro mode, the Comfort and the Sport, and as you can see they kind of look alike, but it's nice that you can change them once in a while. The steering wheel of this car looks really nice. As you can see, it has this aluminium trim here and the leather quality is really nice. Also, the buttons have been improved and they feel nice. As you can see, everything is pleasant to touch. Even the paddle shifter looks good. A very nice option in this car is this sound system from Harman Kardon, which sounds insanely good. And here we have the headlights controls, and of course we do have intelligent headlights, but we do control them from here. Also, as you can notice, we have the LED ambient lighting right here. On the door side we have this ambient lighting light, which looks quite nice. We have the controls for the windows, for the mirrors, and for the seats. We have the massage function and the memories for the seats. The dashboard layout looks quite interesting. I like the climate buttons, which they are made out of this beautiful aluminium. Also, the volume knob is made out of the same aluminium, but you can also adjust the volume like this, which is quite interesting, and you can actually change the tune or what radio are you listening to through this gesture, which is quite interesting. Also, this car has a lot of options when it comes to the infotainment system. It has Apple CarPlay and Android system, and you have a lot of options where you can actually choose from. A lot of data, a lot of information about the car, a lot of information about what's going on with the car, live data, which it's quite interesting to see, especially if you're driving the car off-road and you want to see how much power you use or things like that, which are absolutely great to have and to see while you're driving this car. Moving away from the infotainment system, right here we have two cup holders, and as you can see they are cooled and heated, which is a nice gimmick to have, and to be honest with you, I really enjoyed this because it kept my beverage cooled and my coffee hot. Right here we have this beautiful gear shifter, which is made out of this black crystal, and it feels amazing when you touch it. Down here we have the control for the air suspension, because this car has air suspension and it's so comfortable and, as you can see, adjustable. Moving away from the air suspension button, we have this dial right over here, and from this one we can control the infotainment system as the old BMWs had. The physical buttons were removed by this pad, and it's quite nice because when you press a button the whole pad moves, but at the same time every button responds individually. So it's quite interesting how they managed to do that. Right here we have the driving modes, the start-stop engine, the automatic stop-start button, the parking sensors, the cameras, and the traction control. Also, we have this central armrest, and inside we have a lot of space that we can deposit anything that we want. And also we have a USB-C charger in case you don't have enough sockets to charge your phone. This M badge over here looks really nice, and this car has 20-way adjustable comfort seats, and as you can see they look really nice. Even the control buttons look very expensive. And of course these are one of the most comfortable seats I ever sat in. By the way, they are heated and have the massage function, which is quite nice. In the back seats of the BMW, well, we have these window shades, which they look really nice, and of course the ambient lighting continues here. We also have electrically adjustable seats, and of course the seats are heated. Quite an interesting thing. We do have these ambient lights also here, which they look quite nice and elegant. And because this car has 7 seats, well, it's time to see where the 7 seats are, cause well, they should be here. So we press this button and we hold it until it's all the way up here, and after that, guess what? You can actually climb in the back seats, and as you can notice, well, they are quite small, but nevertheless they are there if you need to use them. The boot of the X5 can carry 650 liters, which is insane numbers, but if you decide to drop all the seats down, including the third row and the second row, you will get a whopping 1870 liters of cargo space. So again, driving the BMW X5, it's a joy having this car. Well, it's not quite that big of a joy because I know how these cars drive, but I'm happy to provide the details and the information about this one because, well, this 3-liter diesel engine is very performant, and it has low fuel consumption, and it sounds amazing. Take a listen. I don't know if you heard that, but it's pretty nice and it's fun. It's fun to drive. It's a big car, but the amount of horsepower that this car has and the torque, it's incredible. I mean, it transforms this car into a rocket. And it sounds pretty amazing, but apparently I cannot drive it fast. I need to be in the speed limit because, well, we need to be in the speed limit. Anyway, let's talk about the general things of this car. Let's talk about the ride quality. The ride quality, it's near perfection because it has adaptive rear suspension. The suspension button, it's really nice. Everything in this car is pleasant to touch. There are not crappy materials, there's nothing bad, there's no cheap plastic whatsoever. Everything, it's quite good, everything is perfect. Would I buy one? Well, definitely yeah. The sticker price on this car that I have here today was £69,000, which is quite amazing, considering that in only 3 years the depreciation was quite baddish. But well, what can you do? If you want a new generation car, you buy them when they are new, and after that, well, you're gonna support the consequences. So yeah, the steering is very precise. It's a big car, but once you put it on sport mode, it's transforming. This car becomes a beast. And well, even the exhaust changes. The steering wheel becomes more responsive. Everything about it changes when it's in individual mode, in sport mode. In comfort mode, hey, sun is up! In comfort mode, the car behaves normally. The suspension is softer, and the ride quality, it's quite better. It's smooth. In sport, it's not that smooth. You can actually feel the bumps, and you can actually feel any kind of potholes and things like that. But other than that, it's a pleasant place to be. You have dual climate controls, you have heated seats, you have leather almost everywhere. This one doesn't have the leather package, so the dash isn't wrapped in leather, but we have the door handles wrapped in leather, the Harman Kardon sound system, which, trust me, sounds amazing. And also this panoramic roof, it's beautiful. It has some lights inside the panoramic roof, and in night time the roof becomes illuminated, and it's quite a nice attention to detail. Also, we have this beautiful LED trim over here, so everything in this car, it's very well done. I like the paddle shifters. They're quite nice. It's a nice material that they put here on these paddle shifters. And also the steering wheel, it's quite beautiful. And one particular aspect that I like about this car, it's the gesture control. When you do like this, you can actually see that. Anyway, now I don't have anything connected to the car, but when the car is on radio... Oh, that was a pothole. I think you felt it, because I felt it. Everything in this car is created at a high quality level, so it's nothing bad inside of it. I like this beautiful trim over here, which is pleasant to touch. Also, this beautiful gear shifter, which is really nice. Every material on this car was very well thought of and was put in the right place. Now, the things change when you actually put this car in sport mode, because right now I have the car on comfort, and you can actually see that when you are pressing these buttons over here, the car changes, and right now it's in sport mode. And when you press your foot down, it goes like a beast, and well, it goes fast, because this engine is pretty amazing. This 3-liter diesel, it's quite an engine. It's economical, and also in the same time is really fast, and the amount of torque is incredible in this car. Other than that, feels quite nice. Right now I'm driving in the city, and it's a nice, pleasant place to be in this X5. It behaves nicely. Most of the times I like to keep the cars in comfort mode, because, well, sometimes I drive like an old grandpa, but just sometimes. But especially when I'm around towns, I always drive nicely and in comfort mode, because, well, you don't have that wide streets, and I like to drive comfortable. Now, regarding the maintenance of this car, well, it's not gonna be cheap to run, because well, it's a BMW, and all the premium brands are not gonna be cheap to run. but the maintenance isn't that high. I mean, for the first couple of thousands of miles you only have to change the oil, and that's nothing really. Now, some common faults about these cars, apparently they have some problems with the electronics, because you know, this kind of technology that this car has is pretty impressive, and when you have a lot of technology on a car, sometimes a lot of things will go wrong, because, well, this is technology, but the engines are pretty stable, and we all know that BMW engines are quite impressive. Also, the air suspension might fail, but, well, this is something that it actually fails in all the cars, because all the cars have all the cars who has air suspensions, sooner or later they will gonna break. But other than that, I don't see anything getting wrong with this car. If you do the services and the oil changes and the maintenance when you're supposed to, well, you won't have any problems. If you're gonna drive it like a jackass and you're gonna throw you know, garbage at it, and you're not gonna take good care of your car, well, guess what? It's gonna break, because, well, it's pretty normal. But other than that, everything was quite smooth. So, thank you very much for watching my YouTube video, guys. Press a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, well, of course, if you like it. And I'll see you soon. In the meantime, stay safe, and, well, enjoy each day and every single hour, because, well, life is important, and you need to do all the things that also make you happy. See you soon. Stay safe.